Hello everyone. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to show you guys how I made this. So I'm sure you have all seen it. The file folder cards are very popular right now and really simple to make using the envelope punch board, which we love, love, love. And I kind of had this idea swarming around my head, but I couldn't really come up with exactly what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to include one of these and just all kinds of other elements, and it just sort of hit me today what I wanted to do. So this is the outside. Adorable, right? And this is the inside. A pop-up gift. How cute, right? Oh my god, I'm so excited. I cannot wait. Alright, so I'm going to get started with you, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and go over all of the elements that you're going to use. You're going to use a piece of crumb cake cardstock, and it's cut at 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. And you see that I put some Season of Style washi tape on one side and another strip on the other side, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that in a moment. And these strips are about 3 inches long, so I marked on each side. So what you're going to do is, this is my front, and I flip it over, and this is my back. So you're going to take a ruler, and you're going to mark this at 3 inches from the left side. So you're going to mark it over to 3 inches from the left side. Flip it over, and from the right side, you're going to mark at 3 inches. Then you're also going to need a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and this is cut at 5 1/4 by 7.5 and scored at 3 3/4. And you're going to want that folded, so you can go ahead and prep that. Okay, you're going to take a piece of the Season of Style Designer Series paper stack paper. This is cut at 3 7/8 by 5.5. You're going to take 2 more pieces, just strips, and actually you can use these from the leftover of the other piece. This is 1/2 inch by 4, and this one is 5/8 of an inch by 5.5. You're going to take a piece of 1 3/4 by 4.5 silver foil sheet. Another piece will be 2 by 3, and you're going to score and fold it at 1.5. You're going to use the Christmas Messages stamp set, this one, and you're going to use this stamp right here, which says "Wishing you Christmas cheer and a Happy New Year." And on a piece of cherry cobbler cardstock, using the silver Encore stamp pad, you're going to stamp the image down and then punch it out using the decorative label punch. Now, one thing to remember with the Encore stamp pad is that it doesn't dry very quickly at all, so you may want to hit it with your heat tool or just be very patient and wait it through, because it really does take quite some time for it to dry, and you'll smudge it if you're not careful. Alright, and you're just going to put 2 dimensionals on the back. You're going to take another piece of that Season of Style DSP, and this is cut at 3 by 3 1/4 and scored at 1.5. And you're going to take a piece of Whisper White, cut at 3 by 4. You're going to use the Sizzix adhesive sheets. It should be about 2 inches, maybe give or take, by, I would say, about 4 3/4 inches long. You're going to take a scrap piece of the gold foil sheet and cut it out using the smallest snowflake of the Festive Flurry framelits, which there are 2 right there. Flip it over, and there's 1, and then this one is inside of that. So you're going to use the smallest one to cut that out. You are going to punch out a piece of gumball green using the 1 3/8 circle punch. Look at this, and then you're going to, I score it and fold it in half. You can just, if you're good at folding and not making a mess out of it, you can fold it with your fingers, whatever you want to do. I just score it and fold it in half. You're going to use a piece of Whisper White, just a scrap piece, and your Very Merry tag stamp set. You're going to use this one, which says "Do not open till Christmas." You're going to stamp it down in the silver Encore pad, like that. punch it out using the 1 3/4 inch scallop circle punch. And then what I did is I took my gumball green Stampin' Right marker and I just did little dots in those scallops using the fine point tip of that marker. You're also going to use one of the Old Olive Simply Styled embellishments, and you're going to use your Mary Expressions Thinlit. You're going to use the Snowflake from the Snow Day set, which is this pretty little thing right here. You're also going to go ahead and use your envelope punch board. Alright, so to begin with, you've seen this before, I'm sure you've seen the videos, but I'm going to show you again. So you're going to take the left side of your crumb cake cardstock and you're going to line it up to that edge right there and punch it. And then you're going to take it and line it up to 3 inches. Right there. And punch it again. Okay, and then you're going to flip it over. And I would do it like this. I would flip it again, so I would flip it to the back. That way you get the measurements correctly. Line it up again. Punch it. Line it to the 3 inch. And punch it. And then you're going to cut off this section. So I just lined it up in the groove and I cut that off. And then you're going to do the same on the other side. Then you're going to corner around your corners, your opposing corners. So, and before you do this one, you're going to want to put the front of your card on. Alright, so you're going to take that larger piece, so it's just like that. Then you can corner around that other corner. Then you're going to take the longer strip of that DSP and put some adhesive on the back of it. And I don't know if I said it, but you're going to corner around the right corner of that piece. So you're going to take that folded sheet of Whisper White, fold it, and taking the folded edge, you want to line it up to the top of your trimmer and to the 1 inch mark. So, and I'm using the 1 inch mark on this side over here. Then you're going to take your cutting blade, and I like to go down to up. So using the measurements on the arm of your trimmer, take the arrow, that little point right there, and line it up to the 1.5 inch mark. And then cut up, and then just give it a reinforcement, make sure it's cut all the way through. Then I like to just take my paper and flip it around and line the other edge, or the other side up to the 1 inch mark. Again, take my arrow down to the 1.5 inch mark and cut and reinforce it, and there you go. Then you're going to flip it like that and line it up to the 1.5 inch mark. On this side, take your score blade and from cut line to cut line down here, you're just going to score it. And you might want to go over it a few times to reinforce that score. And that is it for that. So then you're just going to fold it. What I like to do is just reinforce that score line by folding it both ways. So I'm folding it away from me, and I'm going to fold it towards me. Okay, unfold it, unfold the whole thing, and push the center piece in the opposite direction towards your body while pushing these away from your body so that it looks like that. Adorable, right? And it'll open like that, and that's your present. That's the base of your present. Next, you're going to take this piece that, like I said, is 3 by 3 1/4, and it's scored at 1.5 and folded. And you're just going to apply some adhesive and lay your present down as flat as you can, and just line that DSP up. Oops, that's a little off. Press it down. And then to reinforce it, you just close it and give it a good press. Ta-da! Alright, so you're going to take the piece of silver foil that's 2 by 3 and score it at 1.5 inches, and you're going to fold it so that the silver is on the inside. So it's like that. And you're going to take your Gift Bow Bigs L die. You're going to take one cutting pad and put it on the bottom. And then your more well-used pad, and you'll put it on top. But first, you're going to take the folded edge and using, I don't know how well you can see it, but using this bow right here, you're going to take the folded edge and put it into the body of the tail, while the unfolded edge is towards the points, these 2 points down here. That way it won't cut through the fold. So this is what you're going to have when you've sent it through your big shot. And it will fit just like that. Just like that. So that's that for right now. I'm actually going to do this piece as well. So what I'm going to do is grab my piercing mat, paper piercing tool, and I'm going to position it where I want it on the present and poke through both layers. So you're going to use one of your Candy Dot brad bases. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to the inside before I do any of the rest of the stamping on the inside. Just like that. So it pops open just like that. Closed, open. Cute. Alright, and just so I can give it some time to dry, I'm going to use my Encore ink pad and that snowflake from the snow day. And I'm just going to start randomly stamping around the inside of this card. So I'm going to set that aside and let it dry. Now I'm going to take the 1/2 inch by 4 DSP and adhere it to the bottom of this piece, which is the 3 by 4 inch. And again, I'm going to get my, possibly one of my favorite tools out right now. Again, I'm going to line the left edge up like before to this edge right here. Punch it. And this one you shift just 2 1/4 inches, not full 3, because it is only 4 inches long, so you don't want to remove all that. And give it a punch. And then you're going to remove this portion right here. Then I'm going to corner around this corner. I'm just going to stamp all over using that snowflake stamp again from the Snow Day stamp set. And now we're going to make the Mary. So using the Sizzix adhesive sheet and the silver foil sheet, you're just going to peel off the top of that Sizzix sheet and adhere the silver foil sheet down over top of it. Then you're going to make a sandwich using your magnetic platform. through your big shot. Now I'm just going to poke through one of those little teeny tiny holes, a real tiny one, and push it. And then I like to use my paper piercing tool to sort of guide it out. When you're done, you've got the beautiful Mary, and the adhesive backing is still on there right now, so don't remove that until you're ready to put it on the piece. The next thing I'm going to do is show you how I sort of made this kind of three-dimensional. So you're just going to take your trimmer. Alright, so what I did was I used the top as sort of an anchor. It'll keep the snowflake in place. Alright. Close it and score it, then, oh, and alright, so then you're going to go point to point and line it up in the center of your scoring pad. And there you go. So you'll just do that 3 times, and then you're going to very gently, you don't have to really reinforce the fold too much, you're just going to kind of fold it a little bit at each of those score lines. See how it lays kind of nice and three-dimensional? Alright, and you're going to put 2 dimensionals on the back. So I would put it kind of close to opposing points. So I've got 1 dimensional right there, and I'm going to go across and put the other dimensional right on its opposite point. I'm going to try and carefully put my paper clip on the top. So cute, right? Love it. Now before I put my star and my Mary on, I'm going to put some basic rhinestones on. I'm going to use these smaller ones for the snowflakes, and I'm going to use 3 of these bigger ones down here in the corner. I'm going to put the snowflake on, which I still want to call a star. And I'm going to remove the protective backing off of the Mary. I'm going to put 4 dimensionals on the back of this. And that's it. How cute. That's the front. Oh my god, I love it. And the inside. So cute. I love it. I hope you all enjoyed it. I know it's a lot of steps. It takes a little bit of time to make. This took me 54 minutes to make this video and counting. And then there was the prep work. So this is not a short project, but it is so rewarding because it's so adorable. So I hope you all enjoyed it. Until next time, happy stampin'!